make this too busy. Nope. You go without me. The owner and I aren't on speaking terms. Apparently the refills are limited. It's not okay.
Mom, is that chemical cleaner dangerous? No, it's harmless. As long as you don't touch it, or breathe it, or look at it. Then why are you still using it in your home? Look, I hate chemical cleaners, but I just need something strong. Oh, for when raw chicken touches the baby's high chair? Whose baby is that? Don't worry about that baby. Worry about your baby. You need Clean Boss, the hospital-grade botanical cleaner, powerful enough for hospital trays and perfect for your kids' snack trays. Clean Boss is certified, lab-tested to kill 99.9% of germs, bacteria, and viruses. So you get a hospital-grade cleaner that you can do this with. Now, would you do that with a chemical cleaner? No, I would not. Not only is Clean Boss the ultimate defense against germs and bacteria, it's a degreaser, extra odor eliminator, and a powerful all-purpose cleaner. It's 5 times more powerful than the leading competitor. Let me show you the science. This is iodine. It stains everything, even your skin. Watch as Clean Boss breaks apart the iodine on a molecular level the same way it breaks apart grease, grime, and stains. Done with bleach, everyone. And look how it breaks apart this nail polish the same way it does to viruses, germs, and bacteria. Clean Boss actually decimates germs and bacteria faster than the scary stuff. Great for kitchen counters, wood, and glass. Perfect around pets and kids. Finally, a cleaner that's strong but not scary.
So I can clean without guilt or gloves?
Thank goodness. We're so confident you get 90 days to try it and love it. Get the cleaner that's easy on your family, but hard on germs.
Call or go online now and get not one, but 2 big bottles of Clean Boss. Enough to rid your entire home of dirt and germs for just $24.99. And it comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. This special offer will not last. Order now at getcleanboss.com.
We all eat unhealthy foods and breathe unhealthy air. Most of what you eat, drink, and breathe passes through your liver. This can make you feel tired and sluggish. Your liver is a vital organ that cleanses your body, supports fat metabolism, and produces your body's energy. Liver Right Liberate is the natural dietary supplement that aids and supports liver function and cleanses your liver from impurities in your diet and environment, so you can have better energy and better quality of life. Help your liver daily with Liberate. Available at CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart.
250 years ago, a promise was made. How we deliver has changed, but our purpose hasn't. It's the peace of mind knowing your love arrives reliably and affordably. The United States Postal Service. Delivery since 1775.
Friday, the All-American Christmas Tree Lighting. Join the finest day-light up Fox Square and kick off the holiday season. Don't miss the All-American Christmas Tree Lighting. Friday.
Yamaha Resort and Casino at San Manuel is California's #1 entertainment destination. Don't miss Pitbull November 24th, Janet Jackson on December 29th, and Ricky Martin January 8th. Visit YamahaTheater.com for details. Yamaha Resort and Casino at San Manuel. An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important to compare all your health and prescription drug options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare plans now at Medicare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
My little brother means everything to me. I'm his rock, his role model, and his protector. That's why when I got rear-ended by a driver not paying attention, I felt I had let him down with his medical bills. I knew that I had to call downtown LA Law Group injury attorneys. They made sure my little brother and I continue to be protected. I got paid. If you have been in an accident or have an injury, text injury help to 40222 or visit their website at www.calldowntown.com.
Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Think of all the places that could expose you to identity theft. If something happens, LifeLock provides a U.S.-based restoration specialist to fix it start to finish. Guarantee your money back. Don't face identity theft alone. Join LifeLock today.
Well, just miles off the coast of Venezuela, the United States is assembling one of the largest armadas in recent history as part of the president's war on narco-terrorism. Lucas Tomlinson is in the port of Spain tonight, the capital of Trinidad and Tobago.
Never rule out anything. We just have to take care of Venezuela.
From U.S. warships off the coast of Trinidad,
Marines have been practicing an assault of this island located 7 miles from Venezuela. A rehearsal should the commander-in-chief give the green light to invade. Training has been ramped up since a quarter of all deployed U.S. warships were ordered to the Caribbean as part of Operation Southern Spear. Vanguard of the operation arrived this week, the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest and most modern aircraft carrier. Venezuela's leader Nicolas Maduro refuses to step down and remains defiant.
Allá el norte, imperialista.
Let the imperialist North keep its words and threats. Let them keep their criminal ambitions to colonize and conquer our America.
A new Fox News poll shows American voters are split on the military using deadly force against alleged Venezuelan drug boats. Since early September, there have been more than 20 strikes against these vessels. The White House says the president continues to review potential military actions. This week, the State Department moved to designate another Venezuelan cartel a foreign terrorist organization, potentially giving the Trump administration the legal authority to conduct strikes inside the country. Trace?
Lucas, thank you. Let's bring political commentator and Venezuelan political refugee Franklin Camargo, Israeli Special Ops veteran Aaron Cohen, and editor-in-chief of the Foreign Desk, Lisa Daftari. Thank you all for coming on. Franklin, you first. I mean, you know this area better than anybody. The Hill writes the following here. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the U.S. government's decision to designate Venezuela's Cartel de los Soles a foreign terrorist organization provides the Defense Department with new options to go after the alleged drug cartel, which officials alleged is headed by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. What are you hearing about Venezuela? What's going on there?
Venezuelans support Donald Trump tremendously when it comes to these actions. And let me tell you, it feels so good to have a president who recognizes the nature of the Venezuelan regime. It's a narco state. And when we talk about the U.S. and what the U.S. should do, the United States of America and its government should protect its citizens, should protect its borders. So when you have a regime that is less than 3,000 miles away from Florida, that is sending drugs here, that is sending criminals, let's remember, Trendoragua, you need to do something. You need to fight back. So, of course, I fully support what Trump is doing. Venezuelans support it, but I support it because I'm America first. Yep. And I think it's in the best U.S. interest to fight back.
You saw Lucas Thomas' piece there, Aaron. You see, the rehearsals, as he was saying. You got 12,000 sailors and Marines on these ships over there. A lot of special ops forces. You've got a lot of artillery there. What's going on? What do you think is happening?
So what you saw right there with the Marines, that's signaling, Trace. That's Trump saying, here's the second wave. If you guys don't back off, now you're going to meet 12,000 Marines who are masters of over the beach, which is what that called. But what's happening right now is you've got special operations units in the Caribbean doing what they do best, which is gather intelligence, provide operational logistical support, and map networks. And the CIA and SOCOM are the ones who are down there doing that. And they're feeding that real intel to U.S. commanders to basically shape targeting packages. We've seen 21 of them in the last couple of weeks now, and it's giving U.S. Military commanders proper intel packages to be able to continue providing those precision strikes. Plus, you've got actual logistics packages that are allowing the U.S. to hunt down proxies like Iran and Hezbollah, who've been in South America for years, Venezuelan dissidents who are now working for the cartels, which you can tell you about. Yeah. And so the U.S. is getting in front of it, and it's a couple hundred miles from Miami.
Yeah, and you talk about this. It's kind of crazy, Lisa. If you'd have said this 2 months ago, that what build up in the Caribbean? What do you mean? And there's the possibility of airstrikes in Venezuelan ports. What do you think of all this?
Yeah, if you want to tackle fentanyl in Ohio, you got to go to Caracas and meet them there so that it doesn't get onto our soil. And that is the message that the Trump administration is sending. And look, it's not just drug trafficking. We have to remember it's also human trafficking. It's also Hezbollah who is using this drug trafficking as a cash cow to send money to its Middle East operations. Lebanon, its Hezbollah chapter there has been diminished by Israel, but has not been decimated. They're waiting on Venezuela to send over the money. We know that Iran is working its proxies in that region. So there's so much there, and it's targeted, it's pinpointed. And the fact that the Trump administration is establishing deterrence in order to fight the war there and not on our soil, I think it sends a very, very clear message.
I'm going to move the map now, if I can, now to Ukraine, because there's been a lot of backroom negotiating going on here. The U.S. still working this 28-point plan with Russia. Here is the State Department's comment on kind of what's happening.
Ending a
war as complex, as deadly, as serious as the one in Ukraine requires the extensive exchange of serious ideas. And achieving a durable peace will mean that there will be difficult but necessary concessions from both sides. So we will continue to develop a list of potential ideas to bring this conflict to an end.
Seems like those necessary concessions are more on one side, Franklin, than the other.
Yes, but it's just a very pragmatic, realistic plan. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. Every decent individual would like for Ukraine to recover every inch of its territory from Russia. Is that possible? No. So what we should do, we need to stop the suffering, we need to save Ukrainian lives, and of course, we need to save also Ukraine's sovereignty. And maybe the best way to do it is to reach a realistic deal, which I think you have something here.
Yeah. Meantime, Zelensky would have to give up a fair bit of territory, Aaron. He posted on X today saying, quote, today during a meeting with the U.S. Secretary of the Army, Daniel Driscoll, we discussed options for achieving real peace, the sequencing of our work and formats for dialogue, as well as new impulses for diplomacy. Our teams of Ukraine and the United States will work on the provisions of the plan to end the war. We are ready for constructive, honest, and swift work. His tone and tenor and his language is changing here. It's not as much defiant. It's like, let's figure out how to work this thing out.
Yeah, Trace, I think both sides are tired. I think they're exhausted. And I think Witkoff and Driscoll and the U.S. team is putting together what I'm calling a controlled landing into this thing. And it's not going to be perfect. However, it's giving it a structure, and it's finally bringing this thing to where it needs to be, which is we're going to take what we can get. Trump's got a phone call with Zelensky in a couple of days, and I think he's kind of set the baseline for this thing coming to a landing here.
Joni Ernst talking about meeting with MBS and Saudi Arabia joining the Abraham Accords. Watch.
It was a very optimistic discussion. Of course, there are a number of points yet to be decided, but it is good to know that we are on that pathway for additional peace and stability in the Middle East. And we know the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is key to that.
Peace and stability, Lisa. I've got about 30 seconds, but we pretty much covered the globe.
Absolutely, and I think the Abraham Accords were meant to do two things for the countries that are signatory. One is to show the Iran regime that we're moving away from their hegemonic agenda and we're going to look westward. We're going to be making peace with Israel. And number two, that it's going to be about peace and prosperity, looking forward, a new chapter for the Middle East. And I think the Saudis should be signatory to that. They should move away from, we cannot move beyond the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, and they should move towards, we want peace, we want prosperity, and we will move towards Israel and the West.
Yeah, it does seem to be kind of ticking in that direction.
Absolutely, and I think that's the way it's going to be. Look, I think informally the Saudis are part of the Abraham Accords. They are doing private and public deals with Israel, and now they're at the White House saying the same thing. So I think, in front of the cameras, they have to defend the Palestinians on a two-state solution. But I think behind the scenes, they know that that is not what will happen anytime soon.
Lisa, Aaron, Franklin, thank you. Coming up, a brand new report revealing less than half of young women count themselves as very likely to have children. And comedian Kayvon Moazzi joins us live on set, dissecting the day's top stories with a little bit of humor. That's next.
Okay, guys, we have one more.
Give the gift of adventure at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Treasure the magic of the season at Santa's Wonderland with a free photo with Santa. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
It's the final game, folks. Which one wins the series?
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. Here, take mine.
We are farmers.
Sonobello helped me take back my life.
At Sonobello, we permanently remove stubborn fat, changing lives every day in just one visit.
You didn't know that having two kids would make it so incredibly hard to take care of yourself. Who would have thought that taking the chance on Sonobello, that changing something on the outside would make such a world of difference for how you felt about yourself on the inside. You've taken care of everyone else. Now it's your turn. Call for your free personalized consultation with Sonobello. 5 years ago, the United States brought together leaders from Israel, the UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco, who in a region facing multiple challenges, rose to the moment and chose a new path to peace. That historic moment redefined the potential of a new Middle East, the signing of the Abraham Accords. That signature opened doors once assumed impossible, unlocking a new era of collaboration. The people of Abraham, Jews, Christians, and Muslims, chose a path of progress and moderation, looking forward, not back. The region will continue to see breakthroughs in AI, technology, science, and business, reaching far beyond its borders. Join us as we uncover the stories shaping the Middle East today and tomorrow. Middle East Tomorrow, coming soon.
I didn't realize my digestion and my energy levels were all connected to my workout. And that's what I found out.
Within weeks, I felt the change. I went from dreading to get out of bed to jumping out of bed. My wife keeps asking me, where's all this energy coming from? And it's all thanks to Dose.
Tired of cheap shop gear that doesn't last? We got you covered. It's Viper's Black Friday sale, the biggest event of the year. Save up to $200 on the best garage gear in the game. From the Viper chair to the Low Pro, X32 cart, and lay down creeper. Every Viper product is purpose-built to keep you moving, comfortable, and in control all day long. Heavy-duty materials, American craftsmanship, back for life. And if it's not the best gear you've ever owned, you get 105% of your money back, guaranteed. Join over 75,000 happy customers who've upgraded their workspace with American-made quality. Don't miss your chance to save big and get the last shop chip you'll ever buy. Shop the Black Friday sale only at ViperIndustrial.com. That's VYPER Industrial.com.
Joining us is Dr. Drew from the Wellness Company with advice for dealing with seasonal colds and flu. Doctor?
Cold and flu season is here, and every year you or a loved one gets sick. Your doctor can't see you. Waiting in a crowded urgent care is brutal. This is a particularly bad cold and flu season, and it's why doctors suggest every family needs an emergency medical kit. Your medical emergency kit is filled with essential prescriptions. It includes antibiotics like generic Z-Pak, Faster, amoxicillin for pneumonia, strep throat, ear infections, plus prescriptions for nausea and UTIs, and even ivermectin. It's easy. Just match your symptoms to the prescription in your guidebook or call the telemedicine doctor standing by. Take your medication early and feel better faster. Having a medical emergency kit is like having an urgent care in your home. No waiting to see a doctor, no lines at the pharmacy.
Smart advice. We've shared the website and discount code below to save viewers $45. Order now and your kit will be rushed to your door. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, man.
Oh, you need to vaporize that sore throat. Vapor Cool Drops. Sore throat relief with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks Vapor Cool Drops.
Well, shocking newly uncovered document showing a top teachers union now guiding its members through gender transitions. Let's bring in the host of the Unleashed podcast, Scarlett Johnson of Moms for Liberty. Scarlett, great to have you on. Fox News writes this about the National Education Association, quoting here, one of the top teachers unions in the country is facing criticism over an upcoming training session that will instruct members on how to go through a gender transition at work, including best practices for using gender pronouns and combating transphobia, while also being provided with literature labeling conservative opposition as, quoting here, villains. I mean, also trans youth messaging. What's happening in public education?
What's happening in public education is that these teachers, these unions, they're not focused on educating our kids. Our kids can't read, they can't do math at grade level, but they sure know their gender pronouns. Teaching the gender unicorn to young kids when they should be focused on academic excellence. I would say that it was shocking what's happening in schools, but those of us in Moms for Liberty, we're not shocked. We have seen this happening for years. they have turned classrooms into political indoctrination centers, and it's something that parents didn't ask for, but we're the ones that are fighting it. We're going to have to fix it.
Yeah, meantime, talking about bad education, The Atlantic writes the following here: recipe for idiocracy. 5 years ago, about 30 incoming freshmen at UC San Diego arrived with math skills below high school level. Now, according to a recent report from UC San Diego faculty and administrators, that number is more than 900. And most of those students don't fully meet middle school math standards. Maybe you focus on a little bit of reading and math every once in a while instead of transgender stuff. What do you think here?
We didn't wake up one day and have this happen. This is something that's been happening for decades. They've been lowering standards. Kids aren't facing consequences in school, all in the name of equity. And I guess equity means that kids in America are now equally mediocre or performing below average. What's happening in California is happening all over the country. I'm hearing it in Wisconsin, in states everywhere, that professors are saying that kids are coming in, graduating seniors, and they're not able to do basic math. They can't write a paragraph. They just can't articulate themselves and think rationally. And that's because schools have displaced learning for gender ideology, for radical ideologies. And so this all comes together. We need our kids need to be educated, not indoctrinated. Our classrooms aren't places for political warfare and teaching kids how to become activists.
Yep. Scarlett Johnson, thank you for coming on the show. We very much appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Well, tonight the White House is defending the president's comments to a Bloomberg News reporter on Air Force One after he referred to her as, quote, piggy. Let's bring in comedian Kayvon Wesley. Kayvon, great to have you on the show again. So Trump calls the reporter, let's just play the soundbite right here. He calls the reporter piggy. Watch this. I know you were offended by that, Kayvon.
I was offended, but we have see the angle. We don't see the reporter, so we need to see that from the other angle. There could be a Piggy, PBS tie-in. Miss Piggy was on the scene quite often, so once we see the report, then I'll condemn it. Until then that's what I think is going on right there.
The Fox News headline reads the following: Joe Rogan claims top spot on Apple Podcasts, dethrones the New York Times, The Daily. What do you think about that?
How cool is that a comedian can do such big things? Right. I have a podcast too, but I didn't make the list.
No idea.
So Joe Rogan, I need your help so we can sell out these shows. Please.
God,
yeah, but
you go on.
You should come back again.
Huh?
I forward again.
Huh? What?
I forwarding again.
What are you talking about?
Backward again.
What?
Backward the TV.
Backward.
Rewind and rewind. Why?
Yeah.
Yes, another again. So shivering. And go out there at the back. It's just shivering. Really pouring.
Everything okay with your sister?
Yeah.
Good.
Maybe she really talkative today. She doesn't go to school.
Yeah.
She absent the half day.
Yeah.
Because it's already Friday. And she said, well, the teacher still not come back yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
She show her perfect exam.
Yeah.
Perfect test. I told her just keep it. I buy that when I come back home. She was really talkative today.
That's good.
She didn't go to her grandma yet. Because she want to call me. That's why. The boy was already his grandma.
Already there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
She's really talkative. So I open all the light because she want to lock inside the house. So I open the kitchen, the living room, even outside.
That's good.
And she saw the cat, the big cat. And Wallace is cat, a fat cat. That's how cute. And she told me, my sister told me, if my sister look up the sky, she told my sister just like, you miss your sister? You miss your sister? Me. It's me. You miss your ate? So you miss your ate, that was me. She talk like an old woman. Yeah. That's a good thing that she knew at school. Even she was very lazy to study at home.
Well,
Yeah. She has a perfect score. I told her, you didn't check? She said no.
did they fix the problem with the water?
Yeah.
Not yet. Wow.
That's a problem. Because it's still no. I don't know when the I forgot about the school. She has no time to go there. All day going at school back and forth. Just only because the office is only Monday to Friday, no Saturday. That's very good.
Well, she has all day. She takes the kids to school, and then what does she do?
Go back home. She was so busy. Go back home. But she can go into school after going to school. She go back home.
Yeah.
To watch my mom.
Oh.
And a few hours go back school again. And so that's very tiring day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I forgot the name that we have break time for 1 week. I think 1 week break time.
Yeah.
Maybe this weekend, next weekend, 1 week break time. She was so talkative today. She show his her toys, because she bought a balloon numbers. And she saw the foods in the table. Wow, there's a lot of foods. Yeah, there's a lot of food. Yeah, the chocolate. Yeah, it's a lot in the table. And she also her foods, because she has a lot of. She also have a food. She always like showing and showing, like eating and eating. So I said, you like rabbit? And she said, I'm not rabbit. I said, you like you the same like rabbit. You always showing and showing.
How's Ruby? Ruby good?
Mm-hmm. And so sometimes, like my sister told me, sometimes, like I think 2 days they have no food. Because they have no grass outside anymore. And also they run out of pellet. So she don't eat 2 days. I said, if there is no pellets or grass, just give rice, because she ate a rice. She ate a rice, but don't give a rice with wet, just dry rice, so she can chew it. Yeah. So she ate a rice.
Before it's cooked?
It's no. It's really cooked. It's really cooked. She like to chew and chew. Because rabbit, they don't eat like eat too much. Just like they're like chewing and chewing every minute. If they don't sleep, they chewing and chewing. And it's good if they have carrots too. And that's why before I bought, if there is a cheap carrots like almost rotten, like very old, I bought carrots.
And the reason why I go backwards is because I go backwards and backwards, because when it comes up to this point, this time, then I don't like the I don't like the
President Trump
The
sitting
other,
down
the
with
other
New
news.
York City
that I can
Mayor
fast forward through that one.
and the White House now setting the stage.
It speaks
Yeah,
volumes
yeah.
that tomorrow we have a communist
Yeah,
coming to the White House.
look, the rain is
The panel
falling.
has that, plus more fallout from the video of 6 Democrat lawmakers calling on
When they
U.S.
go out,
troops to
checking the
disobey
food.
illegal orders without clarifying which orders are illegal. And now the president accusing them of sedition.
What they did was, I think, unprecedented in American history. They should be called out.
But now Democrats are playing the victim, accusing the president of dangerous rhetoric. A live report on that in moments. And progressive Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett ripping Republicans who got donations from Jeffrey Epstein, except it was not that Jeffrey Epstein. Yet Crockett is lashing out and doubling down.
I made sure that I was clear that it was a Jeffrey Epstein, but I never said that it was specifically that Jeffrey Epstein.
Huh. Are you buying that? The media panel cannot wait to weigh in, but we begin with the Oval Office sit-down between President Trump and Zoran Mamdani. Senior national correspondent Kevin Cork live in D.C. with the new reaction on this. Kevin, good evening.
Even Trace, hey.
So did you hear that right now?
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait
So Jeffrey Epstein, right? You know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a guy named Jeffrey Epstein that donated to the Republican Party,
Ah,
but it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein. It was another one. But
yeah,
just happened to have the same name, right?
yeah.
And so because of that, that black lady, Crockett, she's making a big deal. Oh, they're getting money from Jeffrey Epstein, blah, 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 making a big deal out of it, right? But she never says, well, it's the other one, not that one.
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
She's dirty.
That she knew every details of the old Epstein. That's a bad, terrible of them. They try to make a way. Oh, Arisa? Nah. It's cold.
It's also worth noting that when Mamdani meets with the president at the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue, the House plans to hold a vote to condemn socialism in America, with many obviously very carefully and closely watching just how many Democrats might vote for that. Can't wait. It's going to be a great day. Back to you. We'll be watching as well. Kevin Cork live for us from D.C. Kevin, thank you. Meantime, Democrat leaders now issuing a warning, saying the president's social media posts accusing several lawmakers of sedition will encourage political violence. Christina Coleman live with the new information on that. Christina, good evening.
Good evening, Trace. Yes, President Trump has a strong message for the Democrats in this video. They are telling military members to defy what they are calling illegal orders. Didn't specify which ones. In response, Trump posted on Truth Social, quote, seditious behavior punishable by death. Each one of these traitors to our country should be arrested and put on trial. Now, Democrats quickly condemned Trump's remarks.
She laughing at me. She saw that I'm wearing a sock.
They wear what?
Socks.
Pants? Oh, socks? That's funny.
When sunny day, they wear a socks
Oh,
because their foot is very sweaty. Even there is rainy season, that means it's cold there. No sun, but their hands, their foot is very sweaty. So they need to wear socks. If they use a phone, even it's rainy season, their hands is very sweat, so the phone is going dirty. Yes, we're getting wet also. They have, I think they got the side of their dog.
Let's bring in former RNC spokeswoman and the woman
They're both siblings. They have this very sweet hands and foot.
well, you just wait. You're gonna be wearing shoes and socks. Trying to stay warm.
Yeah. She laughed at me.
I laugh too.
I would hope that people of all backgrounds, Democrat, Republican, Independent,
And she saw the flowers there.
threatening death,
She bought. Oh wow, it's the flowers.
become the pale of who we are as Americans.
Ah, it's the flowers.
I love this country. It has given me everything, everything. And I refuse to believe that this is the new normal.
Making too much of it, Siaka? What do you think?
You gotta love these people
since the Epstein files thing has fallen flat on its face, they got to gin up another kind of emotional attack for them to go forward. Right now, they know what they were doing when they're calling for a very vague illegal order type situation they had set up. We know what they were saying. So, Trump, what he was talking about, he talked about sedition, which kind of clearly goes for what they're trying to tell people to do. So, what is the punishment for sedition? I didn't make it up. Trump didn't make it up. Don't get mad at MAGA for following the law.
Yeah, meantime, you have Zoran Mamdani. He was asked about the big Oval Office meeting Elizabeth Pipko tomorrow, and he said the following. Here, watch.
I'm not concerned about this meeting. I view this meeting as an opportunity for me to make my case. And I'll make that case to anyone, frankly. This is a meeting where I look forward to speaking about the affordability agenda, public safety, and economic security for each and every person that calls the city home.
Elizabeth, you know this White House. How do you think this meeting plays out?
Well, look, I think it depends what Zoran Mamdani is trying to pull off, right? I mean, if he's meeting with President Trump genuinely, out of respect and wanting to, bring the best possible opportunities to the people of New York, it'll go down pretty well. If he's going to try and sit in that Oval Office with President Trump, one of the strongest leaders we've ever had, a proud capitalist, by the way, extremely proud American, to push his own agenda, it probably won't go down as well. And the reality is, when you're going in there to try to push communism, as Caroline Levitt said, this is a proud communist, I don't think the American people are going to stand for it. I don't even think that language belongs in the Oval Office, and I hope if he tries to pull any of it, President Trump puts him directly in his place.
Yeah, it's amazing. We're going to go to Chicago now, talking about Chicago crime here, Siaka. You had the Chicago mayor, Brandon Johnson, a woman who was literally poured gasoline all over her. Someone lit her on fire, and Brandon Johnson is saying this is an isolated incident in Chicago. Watch.
What I can say is that as awful and as horrific as this tragedy is, this is as an isolated incident. As we continue to invest more in our public transportation system, we want people to feel safe as they ride.
I mean, when you talk about a city that gets this much crime, Siaka, saying the word isolated seems to be a bit of a misnomer. What do you think?
Well, I think either he's dumb or he's just a liar, because we have this mayor who's in a single-digit approval rating, raising taxes for illegals, and turning a blind eye to the lawlessness that's going on in Chicago. I have friends that work on the force, and they've been told to stand down during riots. These people are doing this stuff on purpose, and if people aren't shocked at the election in New York and just look back at the election of the past mayors in Chicago, I don't know what else will get them shocked at this point, because these people are trying to destroy these beautiful cities. I grew up in Chicago. I lived there in the 90s. I used to go to Bulls games, and now I'm just, worried I can't go back there with my family to visit my family. This is the kind of city that these leftist policies have now created with this cashless bail system and soft on criminals. It is just sad to watch.
Yeah, it is. Meantime, the jobs report, Elizabeth Pipko was out today, and, it was a little late. They were talking about it. Didn't quite get the attention I was thinking it would in the New York Times and the Washington Post. No surprise. J.D. Vance, he played it up, though. Watch this.
A huge jobs report, and I assume the market is going crazy right now, probably just opened, because what this shows is that the Trump economic policies are actually working. And you've got 119,000 new jobs. Economists thought that we would have about 50,000 new jobs, but that's actually just the headline number. If you look below the surface, I think the numbers are actually better.
Something tells me if the numbers were not better, if the numbers were down, we would have heard a lot more about the jobs numbers today, Elizabeth.
We sure would, and that's why economists were predicting so boldly that these numbers would be closer to 50,000. Instead, they were more than double that. And I don't see anyone celebrating, right? Because when the country does well, we can't celebrate because that means President Trump is doing well, and we can't have that. To quote the president, where are all the panicans who warned us about the tariffs, who warned us about our country going down the tubes because President Trump doesn't know what he's doing? The reality is the country's on the right track. Once again, finally, the American people see it, and this narrative meant to destroy President Trump and his agenda is not going to work when the people of our country are finally feeling good again.
Yeah, it really is kind of an amazing thing. Elizabeth, Siaka, thank you, Glenn.
Caroline, this morning President Trump accused 6 Democratic lawmakers of seditious behavior punishable by death. Just to be clear, does the president want to execute members of Congress?
No. Let's be clear about what the president is responding to, because many in this room want to talk about the president's response, but not what
The White House press secretary making it clear where the focus should be after Democratic lawmakers urge U.S. service members to defy orders. Let's bring in one of America's great former news anchors and host of the Home That Heals podcast, Dee Sarton, along with the Federalist elections correspondent, Brianna Lyman. Thank you both for coming on. Brianna, to you first. You kind of saw Caroline Levitt there, the media all over the president's comments about sedition being punishable by death. Are they losing the plot here, Brianna? What do you think?
Yeah, Trace, Democrats are more upset these past 24 hours over a Truth Social post the president made in which he listed a potential punishment for a potential crime than they were when a leading candidate, who is now the incoming Attorney General in Virginia, called for indiscriminately murdering Republicans and their children for the crime of being Republican. Second of all, the same people and party today that are calling on Trump and making a big deal about this are the same people that peddled the Russia collusion hoax for years and accused President Trump and many others of treason, which is punishable by execution. So spare me the righteous indignation today. To Caroline Levitt's point, the reason we are having this conversation is because Democrats are actively trying to undermine the rule of law.
Meantime, we have an NBC Nightly News show that's promoting a church that is promoting, Dee Sarton, how to spot Border Patrol agents and ICE agents. Here's part of the report.
Just staying home. They like to do groceries. They're locked in for their own safety.
One man at her church says he is afraid to leave his home from life-saving kidney dialysis, she tells us. Some North Carolinians welcoming the enforcement.
More than 1,000 people have signed up to come to this church tonight to learn how they can help immigrants spot Border Patrol in their communities. Tom?
I mean, it seems to me like it's picking sides here, Dee, because they never said, and by the way, during these arrests, they found this person and this person who committed some very heinous crimes. Instead, it's all about, here's what you look for, here's how you spot these people, and then you can kind of do your due diligence. What do you think, Dee?
Well, Tracy, if I was still teaching at our local colleges here, broadcast journalism, I would be talking about this story and blocking it out. It was 1 minute and 39 seconds long. 20 seconds of that story showed the, quote, other side, which was a very short soundbite. And the rest of it was all emotion and fear and things that I think we can all relate to. And I think good Americans are concerned about that. But good Americans who have wisdom are also concerned about why we are trying to remove these dangerous criminals from our streets. And that it is a messy, messy situation. It's not easy when you have millions of undocumented illegal aliens in this country. So I would like to say that piece at the end where she started talking quickly about this church that was trying to, I think to use her words, they were going to help people know how to spot the ICE patrols that are out. Spot, that is an interesting word choice because what they are talking about is being able to blow loud whistles, protest, get people to leave the area, be out there and escaping what may be really important lawful action to protect those communities.
Yeah, it seems to be this kind of us against them mentality, and you see it a lot now in media. Meantime, the New York Post writes the following here. Here is the quote from the New York Post. Do we have this? Can we put it up on the screen? We do have it. We don't have it. Okay, so the New York Post writes something about Jasmine Crockett talking about the fact that she kept saying that these Democrats or these Republicans were being funded by Jeffrey Epstein, right? And then she says, oh, she mistakes. Well, wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein? And she tried to talk her way out of it, and she said the following here, Brianna, watch.
Right, but someone might say, well, your team should have done the homework to make sure it wasn't a convicted sex offender. Within 20 minutes, you could not find that out, not from just doing a quick search on FEC. So, number one, I made sure that I was clear that it was a Jeffrey Epstein, but I never said that it was specifically that Jeffrey Epstein.
No, a Jeffrey Epstein, Brianna, not the Jeffrey Epstein. I was just pointing at a Jeffrey Epstein because, just the name itself is evil.
Yeah, and Trace, I believe she went on to claim that she wasn't trying to mislead anybody, but if you either A, knew it wasn't the Jeffrey Epstein, or you didn't know which Jeffrey Epstein it is, why then did you make that public? Because she was trying to lead viewers to a conclusion that she knew of. And I think what this actually points to the fact is that Democrats don't actually care about the Epstein files for bringing justice to the victims. They care about it because they think they can exploit it for political gain against their opponents, but it looks like it's backfiring on them.
Yeah, it really does. Meantime, Sam Harris, he's an author, he's a podcast host, saying that the right overreacted to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Listen.
There's no party left of center, real party for political assassination. And yet, right of center, very prominent people, from the president and Elon on down, treated it like the first shot fired in the Civil War. Totally irresponsible, totally dishonest. I mean, these people were arsonists pretending to be firefighters.
Can you overreact to the assassination of anybody? One, but a prominent person in a party. Can you really overreact? What do you think about this?
Well, obviously, no, you can't overreact to assassination. But this coming from the very definition of overreacting, Sam Harris. Excuse me, and so I would just say that, instead of focusing on Kim, I'd like to focus on Charlie and why the country reacted the way they did, from the president on down to my young grandchildren. And that is because Charlie demonstrated something that I think a lot of us needed, some kind of a leader, some kind of a hero to demonstrate, and that is true courage, where we have been made to feel like we need to be silent. Charlie showed us how to not be silent.
Yeah. Desart and Brianna Lyman, thank you both. Well, the Fox News and Common Sense Department is stunned that Chicago crime is back in the headlines. This time, a career criminal allegedly jumped on the L train with a bottle of gasoline, poured it on a random woman, and set her on fire. The 26-year-old victim suffered third-degree burns over much of her body because the U.S. attorney says nobody helped her. And when police arrested the suspect, he said, quote, "burn alive the length." Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson called the attack, quote, "an isolated incident. It's like calling rain in Seattle a one-off." Chicago has the highest murder rate in the country, and yet Chicago has a weird aversion to catching and or prosecuting criminals. And when the city has offered help to catch and or prosecute criminals, the answer is not just no thank you, it's no thank you, fascist. And surprise, surprise, the suspect in the gas attack had a history of violence, arrested more than 4 dozen times, including 9 felonies. 3 months ago, when he knocked out a social worker, the petition for detention said he was, quoting here, real and present threats. Yet the judge gave him electronic monitoring and allowed him to go free every day for 8 hours a day. If the 26-year-old victim dies, the suspect could face the death penalty. But Common Sense thinks more likely a Chicago judge would simply limit his free time to maybe 6 hours.
We're probably the opposite of a sanctuary city. We have the support of the mayor, the council, the constituents. We're going to do whatever it takes to keep our community safe, whatever resources are made available to us through these partnerships. We enjoy that. It's another tool in our toolbox. And, I would be foolish to turn away any assistance or any aid from any federal partner.
Louisiana Police Chief, there you have, says he's ready to welcome federal agents who could arrive as soon as this weekend in the Trump administration's latest move to crack down on illegal immigration. Let's bring in that policy chief, police chief of Kenner, Louisiana, Keith Conley. Chief, it's great to have you on the show. When did you realize it would be foolish to turn away the help, and why don't other cities realize this?
Well, when I got elected in 2022, it was under a different regime as far as a failure to highest level in D.C., and I was screaming for help in this city. We've arrested murderers, child rapists, child molesters, human trafficking, gang affiliates. We've had all kind of issues, but I could never get the help I needed. Governor Landry got elected here in Louisiana as a Republican governor, and of course President Trump came in, and all the resources started flowing. So we've seen a dramatic change here in the city of Kenner, and I welcome it. And it's an answer to our prayers here, and I don't understand why any other community would turn away help that would guarantee the safety of their community.
Yeah, it's amazing. Fox 8 Louisiana writes the following here. The headline is, ICE detains 14 people at Kenner boat launch after complaints. He goes on to say, Kenner Police Chief Keith Conley said the operation took weeks of planning and came after years of complaints from neighbors of unruly behavior, littering, loud crowds, and weed smoking at the launch. I mean, a lot of states kind of incentivize these types of behavior and bringing these people into their state. You seem to be doing the opposite, Chief.
Absolutely. Being elected, I answer to 70,000 voters. That's my boss, and I get my marching orders from them. And
That's a nice public park and a nice venue that was taken over by this group. And enough's enough. We're not going to stand for it anymore. And I'm going to use every tool I can, including my federal agencies, my partners.
Yeah, when you hear, like the story we just did in Common Sense, Chief, when you hear that the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, saying the woman who was burned on the L train was an isolated incident, it's kind of amazing. I want to play some sound. This is from an ATF agent who said the following about this. Watch.
Lawrence Reed had no business being on the streets, given his violent criminal history and his pending criminal cases. Reed had plenty of second chances by the criminal justice system, and as a result, you have an innocent victim in the hospital fighting for her life.
I think what we're seeing here, Chief, is that the theme being if you're soft on crime, you don't really want help from the outside because it then shows it's kind of this glaring light on the policies that are not working. Is that a fair assessment, or would you dispute that?
No, I think it's spot on. I think it's definitely you try not to reveal your own deficiencies.
Yeah, I mean, Chief, when these people come in, will you work with them? I mean, that's the whole thing here. That's what they're not getting. Will you work if they send in more resources? Will your department and other departments in Kenner and in and around those areas work with these people?
Absolutely. We work with them now. We have partnerships with them through task forces. We're in the Violent Gang Task Force with HSI and ICAC Task Force. So we stand ready to go shoulder to shoulder with them with whatever they need. We're here to help them help us.
Chief, best of luck to you. Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Well, coming up, the United States launching Operation Southern Spear to combat narco-terrorism in the Caribbean.
Ruling out U.S. troops on the ground.
I don't rule out that. I don't rule out anything. We just have to take care of Venezuela.
And later in the nightcap, a brand new Fox News poll shows nearly a quarter of Americans will avoid spending the holidays with people they disagree with politically. Does that include you? Let us know. X and Instagram at Trace Gallagher. We'll read your responses coming up in the nightcap. We're coming right back.
We handcraft every Stearns & Foster using the finest materials like indulgent memory foam and ultra-conforming inner springs for a beautiful mattress and indescribable comfort. Save up to $900 on select adjustable mattress sets at stearnsandfoster.com.
Your new bike is officially protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer. You can now safely go wherever the wind takes us.
That's right.
It was one of those books that smelled bad, but in a good way, you know? No. Oh, didn't think this through, did you? Nope. You go without me. The owner and I aren't on speaking terms. Apparently the refills are worth it. It's not okay.
Mom, is that chemical cleaner dangerous?
No, it's harmless. As long as you don't touch it, or breathe it, or look at it.
Then why are you still using it in your home?
Look, I hate chemical cleaners, but I just need something strong.
Oh, for when raw chicken touches the baby's high chair?
Whose baby is that?
Don't worry about that baby. Worry about your baby. You need Clean Boss, the hospital-grade botanical cleaner, powerful enough for hospital trays and perfect for your kids' snack trays. Clean Boss is certified, lab-tested to kill 99.9% of germs, bacteria, and viruses. So you get a hospital-grade cleaner that you can do this with. Now, would you do that with your chemical cleaner?
No, I would not.
Not only is Clean Boss the ultimate defense against germs and bacteria, it's a degreaser, ultra odor eliminator, and a powerful all-purpose cleaner. It's 5 times more powerful than the leading competitor. Let me show you the science. This is iodine. It stains everything, even your skin. Watch as Clean Boss breaks apart the iodine on a molecular level the same way it breaks apart grease, grime, and stains. Done with bleach, everyone. And look how it breaks apart this nail polish the same way it does to viruses, germs, and bacteria. Clean Boss actually decimates germs and bacteria faster than the scary stuff. Great for kitchen counters, wood, and glass. Perfect around pets and kids. Finally, a cleaner that's strong but not scary.
So I can clean without guilt or gloves?
Thank goodness! We're so confident you get 90 days to try it and love it. Get the cleaner that's easy on your family, but hard on germs.
Call or go online now and get not 1, but 2 big bottles of Clean Boss. Enough to rid your entire home of dirt and germs germs for just $24.99, and it comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. The special offer will not last. Order now at getcleanboss.com.
We all eat unhealthy foods and breathe unhealthy air. Most of what you eat, drink, and breathe passes through your liver. This can make you feel tired and sluggish. Your liver is a vital organ that cleanses your body, supports fat metabolism, and produces your body's energy. Liverite Liberate is the natural dietary supplement that aids and supports liver function and cleanses your liver from impurities in your diet and environment, so you can have better energy and better quality of life. Help your liver daily with Liberate. Available at CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart.
250 years ago, a promise was made. How we deliver has changed, but our purpose hasn't. It's the peace of mind knowing your love arrives reliably and affordably. The United States Postal Service. Delivering since 1775.
Friday, the All-American Christmas Tree Lighting. Join the five as they light up Bucks Fair and kick off the holiday season. Don't miss the All-American Christmas Tree Lighting. Friday.
Yamaha Resort and Casino in San Manuel is California's #1 entertainment destination. Don't miss Pitbull November 24th, Janet Jackson on December 29th, and Ricky Martin January 8th. Visit YamahaTheater.com for details. Yamaha Resort and Casino in San Manuel. You in? An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important to compare all your health and prescription drug options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare plans now at Medicare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
My little brother means everything to me. I'm his rock, his role model, and his protector. That's why when I got rear-ended by a driver not paying attention, I felt I had let him down with his medical bills. I knew that I had to call downtown. Downtown LA Law Group injury attorneys. They made sure my little brother and I continued to be protected. I got paid. If you have been in an accident or have an injury, text Injury Help to 40222 or visit their website at www.calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply. Think of all the places that could expose you to identity theft. If something happens, LifeLock provides a U.S.-based restoration specialist to fix it start to finish. Guaranteed or your money back. Don't face identity theft alone. Join LifeLock today.
Well, just miles off the coast of Venezuela, the United States is assembling one of the largest armadas in recent history as part of the president's war on narco-terrorism. Lucas Tomlinson is in the port of Spain tonight, the capital of Trinidad and Tobago.
I don't know about anything. We just have to take care of Venezuela.
From U.S. warships off the coast of Trinidad, Marines have been practicing an assault of this island located 7 miles from Venezuela. A rehearsal should the commander-in-chief give the green light to invade. Training has been ramped up since a quarter of all deployed U.S. warships were ordered to the Caribbean as part of Operation Southern Spear. The vanguard of the operation arrived this week, the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest and most modern aircraft carrier. Venezuela's leader, Nicolas Maduro, refuses to step down and remains defiant.
Allá al norte, imperialista.
Let the imperialist North keep its words and threats. Let them keep their criminal ambitions to colonize and conquer our America.
A new Fox News poll shows American voters are split on the military using deadly force against alleged Venezuelan drug boats. Since early September, there have been more than 20 strikes against these vessels. The White House says the president continues to review potential military actions. This week, the State Department moved to designate another Venezuelan cartel a foreign terrorist organization, potentially giving the Trump administration the legal authority to conduct strikes inside the country. Trace?
Lucas, thank you. Let's bring political commentator and Venezuelan political refugee Franklin Camargo, Israeli Special Ops veteran Aaron Cohen, and editor-in-chief of the Foreign Desk, Lisa Daftari. Thank you all for coming on. Franklin, you first. I mean, you know this area better than anybody. The Hill writes the following here. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the U.S. government's decision to designate Venezuela's Cartel de los Soles a foreign terrorist organization provides the Defense Department with new options to go after the alleged drug cartel, which officials alleged is headed by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. What are you hearing about Venezuela? What's going on there?
Venezuelans support Donald Trump tremendously when it comes to these actions. And let me tell you, it feels so good to have a person who recognizes the nature of the Venezuelan regime. It's a narco state. And when we talk about the U.S. and what the U.S. should do, the United States of America and its government should protect its citizens, should protect its borders. So when you have a regime that is less than 3,000 miles away from Florida, that is sending drugs here, that is sending criminals, let's remember, Iowa, you need to do something. You need to fight back. So, of course, I fully support what Trump is doing. Venezuelans support it, but I support it because of America first. Yep. And I think it's in the best U.S. interest to fight back.
You saw Lucas Thomas's piece there, Aaron. You see, the rehearsals, as he was saying. You got 12,000 sailors and Marines on these ships over there. A lot of special ops forces. You've got a lot of artillery there. What's going on? What do you think is happening?
So what you saw right there with the Marines, that's signaling trace. That's Trump saying, hey, here's the second wave. If you guys don't back off, now you're going to need 12,000 Marines who are masters of over the beach, which is what that called. But what's happening right now is you've got special operations units in the Caribbean doing what they do best, which is gather intelligence, provide operational logistical support, and map networks. And the CIA and SOCOM are the ones who are down there doing that. And they're feeding that real intel to U.S. commanders to basically shape targeting packages. We've seen 20, 21 of them in the last couple of weeks now, and it's giving U.S. Military commanders proper intel packages to be able to continue providing those precision strikes. Plus, you've got actual logistics packages that are allowing the U.S. to hunt down proxies like Iran and Hezbollah, who've been in South America for years, Venezuelan dissidents who are now working for the cartels, which he can tell you about. Yeah. And so the U.S. is getting in front of it, and it's a couple 100 miles from Miami.
Yeah, you talk about this. It's kind of crazy, Lisa. If you had said this 2 months ago, we thought, what build up in the Caribbean? What do you mean? And there's the possibility of airstrikes in Venezuelan ports. What do you think of all this?
Yeah, if you want to tackle fentanyl in Ohio, you got to go to Caracas and meet them there so that it doesn't get onto our soil. And that is the message that the Trump administration is sending. And look, it's not just drug trafficking. We have to remember it's also human trafficking. It's also Hezbollah, who is using this drug trafficking as a cash cow to send money to its Middle East operations. Lebanon, its Hezbollah chapter there has been diminished by Israel, but it has not been decimated. They're waiting on Venezuela to send over the money. We know that Iran is working its proxies in that region. So there's so much there, and it's targeted, it's pinpointed, and the fact that the Trump administration is establishing deterrence in order to fight the war there and not on our soil, I think it sends a very, very clear message.
I'm going to move the map now, if I can, now to Ukraine, because there's been a lot of backroom negotiating going on here. The U.S. still working this 28-point plan with Russia. Here is the State Department's comment on kind of what's happened. Watch.
Ending a war as complex, as deadly, as serious as the one in Ukraine requires the extensive exchange of serious ideas. And achieving a durable peace will mean that there will be difficult but necessary concessions from both sides. So we will continue to develop a list of potential ideas to bring this conflict to an end.
Seems like those necessary concessions are more on one side, Franklin, than the other.
Yes, but it's just a very pragmatic, realistic plan. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. Every decent individual would like for Ukraine to recover every inch of its territory from Russia. Is that possible? No. So what we should do, we need to stop the suffering, we need to save Ukrainian lives, and of course, we need to save also Ukraine's sovereignty. And maybe the best way to do it is to reach a realistic deal, which I think you have something here.
Yeah. Meantime, Zelensky would have to give up a fair bit of territory, Aaron. He posted on X today saying, quote, today during a meeting with the U.S. Secretary of the Army, Daniel Driscoll, we discussed options for achieving real peace, the sequencing of our work and formats for dialogue, as well as new impulses for diplomacy. Our teams of Ukraine and the United States will work on the provisions of the plan to end the war. We are ready for constructive, honest, and swift work. His tone and tenor and his language is changing here. It's not as much defiant. It's like, let's figure out how to work this thing out.
Yeah, Trace, I think both sides are tired. I think they're exhausted. And I think Witkoff and Driscoll and the U.S. team is putting together what I'm calling a controlled landing into this thing. And it's not going to be perfect. However, it's giving it a structure, and it's finally bringing this thing to where it needs to be, which is we're going to take what we can get. Trump's got a phone call with Zelensky in a couple of days, and I think he's kind of set the baseline for this thing coming to a landing here.
Joni Ernst talking about meeting with MBS and Saudi Arabia joining the Abraham Accords. Watch.
It was a very optimistic discussion. Of course, there are a number of points yet to be decided, but it is good to know that we are on that pathway for additional peace and stability in the Middle East. And we know the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is key to that.
Peace and stability, Lisa. I've got about 30 seconds, but we pretty much covered the globe.
Absolutely, and I think the Abraham Accords were meant to do two things for the countries that are signatory. One is to show the Iran regime that we're moving away from their hegemonic agenda and we're going to look westward. We're going to be making peace with Israel. And number two, that it's going to be about peace and prosperity, looking forward, a new chapter for the Middle East. And I think the Saudis should be signatory to that. They should move away from we cannot move beyond the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, and they should move towards, we want peace, we want prosperity, and we will move towards Israel and the West.
Yeah, it does seem to be kind of ticking in that direction.
Absolutely, and I think that's the way it's going to be. Look, I think informally the Saudis are part of the Abraham Accords. They are doing private and public deals with Israel, and now they're at the White House saying the same thing. So I think, in front of the cameras, they have to defend the Palestinians on a two-state solution. But I think behind the scenes, they know that that is not what will happen anytime soon.
Lisa, Aaron, Franklin, thank you. Coming up, a brand new report revealing less than half of young women count themselves as very likely to have children. And comedian Kayvon Moazzi joins us live on set, dissecting the day's top stories with a little bit of humor. That's next.
Okay, guys, we have one more.
Give the gift of adventure at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Treasure the magic of the season at Santa's Wonderland with a free photo with Santa. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
It's the final game, folks. Which one wins the series?
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. Here, take mine.
Sonobello helps me take back my life.
At Sonobello, we permanently remove stubborn fat, changing lives every day in just one visit.
You didn't know that having two kids would make it so incredibly hard to take care of yourself. Who would have thought that taking a chance on Sonobello, that changing something on the outside would make such a world of difference for how you felt about yourself on the inside?
You've taken care of everyone else. Now it's your turn. Call for your free personalized consultation with Sonobello.
5 years ago, the United States brought together leaders from Israel, the UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco, who, in a region facing multiple challenges, rose to the moment and chose a new path to peace. That historic moment redefined the potential of a new Middle East, the signing of the Abraham Accords. That signature opened doors once assumed impossible, unlocking a new era of collaboration. The people of Abraham, Jews, Christians, and Muslims, chose a path of progress and moderation, looking forward, not back. The region will continue to see breakthroughs in AI, technology, science, and business, reaching far beyond its borders. Join us as we uncover the stories shaping the Middle East today and tomorrow. Middle East Tomorrow, coming soon.
I didn't realize my digestion and my influence were all connected to my mental health. And that's what I tell you.
Within weeks, I felt the change. I went from dreading to get out of bed to jumping out of bed. My wife keeps asking, where's all this energy coming from? And it's all thanks to Dose.
Tired of cheap shop gear that doesn't last? We got you covered. It's Viper's Black Friday sale, the biggest event of the year. Save up to $200 in the best garage gear in the game. From the Viper chair to the Low Pro, X32 card, and lay-down creeper. Every Viper product is purpose-built to keep you moving, comfortable, and in control all day long. Heavy-duty materials, American craftsmanship, back for life. And if it's not the best gear you've ever owned, you get 105% of your your chance to save big and get the last shop chill ever bought. Shop the Black Friday sale only at ViperIndustrial.com. That's VYPERindustrial.com.
Joining us is Dr. Drew from the Wellness Company with advice for dealing with seasonal colds and flu. Doctor?
Cold and flu season is here, and every year your loved one gets sick. Your doctor can't see you. Waiting in a crowded urgent care is brutal. This is a particularly bad cold and flu season, and it's why doctors suggest every family needs an emergency medical kit. Your medical emergency kit is filled with essential prescriptions. It includes antibiotics like generic Z-Pak, Diapo Faster, amoxicillin for pneumonia, strep throat, ear infections, plus prescriptions for nausea and UTIs, and even ivermectin. It's easy. Just match your symptoms to the prescription in your guidebook or call the telemedicine doctor standing by. Take your medication early and feel better faster. Having a medical emergency kit is like having an urgent care in your home. No waiting to see a doctor, no lines at the pharmacy.
Smart advice. We've shared the website and discount code below to save viewers $45. Order now and your kit will be rushed to your door. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, man.
You need to vaporize that sore throat. Vapor Cool Drops. Sore throat relief with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks Vapor Cool Drops.
Well, shocking newly uncovered document showing the top teachers union now guiding its members through gender transitions. Let's bring in the host of the Unleashed podcast, Scarlett Johnson of Moms for Liberty. Scarlett, great to have you on. Fox News writes this about the National Education Association, quoting here, one of the top teachers unions in the country is facing criticism over an upcoming training session that will instruct members on how to go through a gender transition at work, including best practices for using gender pronouns and combating transphobia, while also being provided with literature labeling conservative opposition as, quoting here, villains. I mean, also trans youth messaging. What's happening in public education?
What's happening in public education is that these teachers, these unions, they're not focused on educating our kids. Our kids can't read, they can't do math at grade level, but they sure know their gender pronouns. Teaching the gender unicorn to young kids when they should be focused on academic excellence. I would say that it was shocking what's happening in schools, but those of us in Moms for Liberty, we're not shocked. We have seen this happening for years. They've turned classrooms into political indoctrination centers, and it's something that parents didn't ask for, but we're the ones that are fighting it. We're going to have to fix it.
Yeah, meantime, talking about bad education, The Atlantic writes the following here, recipe for idiocracy. 5 years ago, about 30 incoming freshmen at UC San Diego arrived with math skills below high school level. Now, according to a recent report from UC San Diego faculty and administrators, that number is more than 900. And most of those students don't fully meet middle school math standards. Maybe you focus on a little bit of reading and math every once in a while instead of transgender stuff. What do you think here?
We didn't wake up one day and have this happen. This is something that's been happening for decades. They've been lowering standards. Kids aren't facing consequences in school, all in the name of equity. And I guess equity means that kids in America are now equally mediocre or performing below average. What's happening in California is happening all over the country. I'm hearing it in Wisconsin, in states everywhere, that professors are saying that kids are coming in, graduating seniors, and they're not able to do basic math. They can't write a paragraph. They just can't articulate themselves and think rationally. And that's because schools have displaced learning for gender ideology, for radical ideologies. And so this all comes together. We need our kids need to be educated, not indoctrinated. Our classrooms aren't places for political warfare and teaching kids how to become activists.
Yeah, Scarlett Johnson, thank you for coming on the show. We very much appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Well, tonight the White House is defending the president's comments to a Bloomberg News reporter on Air Force One after he referred to her as, quote, piggy. Let's bring in comedian Kayvon Moesi. Kayvon, great to have you on the show again. So Trump calls the reporter, let's just play the soundbite right here. He calls the reporter Piggy, watch this. Watch. I know you were offended by that, Cable.
I was offended, but we have see the angle. We don't see the reporter, so we need to see that from the other angle. There could be a Piggy, PBS tie-in. Miss Piggy was on the scene quite often, so once we see the report, then I'll condemn it. Until then, that's what I think is going on right there.
The Fox News headline reads the following: Joe Rogan claims top spot on Apple Podcasts, dethrones the New York Times, The Daily. What do you think about that?
How cool is that a comedian can do such big things? And I have a podcast too, but I didn't make playlists. So Joe Rogan, I need your help so we can sell out these shows. Please call me.
Yeah, but you can go on in a minute, right?
Exactly.
You take the whole 3 hours.
I'm ready.
Trump posting this on Truth Social about Epstein. He says, quoting here, perhaps the truth about these Democrats and their associations with Jeffrey Epstein will soon be revealed because I have just signed the bill to release the Epstein files. A lot of focus on Epstein.
You played that right, and if you see who's on the list, there's so many Democrats. You can't tell the difference between the Epstein list and the EBT list right now. It's almost synonymous right there.
The SNAP benefits, right? Mamdani on meeting Trump. He said the following.
I will be heading to Washington, D.C. tomorrow to meet with President Trump in the White House. I intend to make it clear to President Trump that I will work with him on any agenda that benefits New Yorkers.
Only you really know what's going to happen.
Oh, that's going to be fireworks. I can't wait to see. Because even when they go to shake hands, Trump's like, I see you eat with your hands. I'm not big on the germs. I'm not going to shake those hands. But I'm curious to see, and it's nice that they're kind of talking nicer now because it was just cutthroat the last couple weeks.
Trump Truth Social, the post here is about late night people, including Jimmy Kimmel. Why does ABC fake news keep Jimmy Kimmel, a man with no talent, on very poor television ratings on the air? Why do the TV syndicates put up with it? Also, totally biased coverage. Get the bum off the air. And you would say what?
We have an interesting thing where the president is funnier than half the late night show hosts out there right now. So I think the State of the Union could have a 2-drink minimum. Nancy Pelosi could be the cocktail server and just make sure to tip her before she tears up your cocktail napkins.
Bingo. So put this up on the screen. The Kayvon tour dates. He goes to La Jolla, California. That's tomorrow night, by the way. Reno, Nevada. Sacramento, California. Sarasota, Minneapolis. Edmonton. He's going international. Watch the tariffs in Vancouver, Canada. Kayvon Moesi, great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. A brand new Fox News poll shows nearly a quarter of Americans will avoid spending the holidays with people they disagree with politically. Are you among them? Let us know. X, Instagram. At Trace Gallagher, we're back with the Nightcap crew that always includes you. It is next.
Hallmark Channel and the NFL are back on the field with a new holiday matchup. Two lifelong friends search for a secret Santa. With today's technology, this is going to be a piece of cake. We can't track this. But today's technology, or what they uncover, changes the game.
Your eyes light up when you talk about him.
You're supposed to tell her how you feel. Holiday Touchdown, a Bill's love story, premieres this week. Part of Countdown to Christmas on Hallmark Channel.
Living with chronic migraine? 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine, and treatment is 4 times a year. So why wait? Talk to your doctor.
Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 91% of patients wish they'd started Botox sooner. Ask your doctor today. If eligible, you may pay $0.
Hello, everyone. It's President Donald J. Trump, and it's Trump time. Check out this Red Beauty. It's one of my new watches. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know exactly what it's for, who it represents. It's really going to be something special. It's for your favorite president. Get your watch today at gettrumpwatches.com. Please make a great gift. It's Trump time.
surprising presents under the tree. And WeatherTech gifts are always special too. Vehicles are protected with laser-measured floor liners for the front and middle, plus a cargo liner for the rear, and seat protector for furry messes. And with the pet feeding system, he'll eat safely his entire life. Add a cup phone to make sure the phone is secure while driving. Find these American-made gifts or get a gift card instantly at WT.com.
Every small business owner has a monster to-do list. And as your business grows, it grows.
That's fair.
Progressive makes it easy to get a quick commercial auto quote online so you can get back to all your other to-dos. See if you can save money at progressivecommercial.com.
When news breaks,
I'm Martha McCallum, and this is The Story.
Martha breaks down the big picture with smart insight to make sense of it all. The Story with Martha McCallum on Fox News.
Design you feel in every detail. Technology as innovative as it is effortless. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick. Now. Buick. Exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR and no monthly payments until next year on these 2025 Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GMRs get up to $3,000 allowance on Encore GX.
While you watch or listen to your program, do you have a work injury? While resting those injuries, get paid. Downtown LA Law Group is California's top injury law firm. Text Injury Help to 40222. That's Injury Help to 40222. Message and data rates may apply.
It's wall-to-wall laughs from Colonel to Elite with Ryan and Ellen.
Are you ready to get your laugh on?
Weeknights on CBS.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Back with the Nightcap crew, Kevin Court, Christina Coleman, Kayvon Moezi, Aaron Cohen, Franklin Camargo, and Lisa Daltari. A brand new Fox News poll shows nearly a quarter of Americans will avoid spending the holidays with people they disagree with politically. Does it include you, Kevin Court?
Nope, I'll party with anybody and eat with anybody. We just talk politics.
Me too. Franklin.
Here's my problem. Leftists, they hate American holidays. And, they seem to be allergic to Thanksgiving, and I'm allergic to leftists, so I'm gonna pass.
Aaron.
If somebody wants to argue politics over stuffing, no. We can Zoom call it in.
Zoom
Not
it in.
happening.
Kayvon.
We got everything we want. Trump won, the border's closed. I'm going to give my Aunt Steve a big hug this year and say, let's let bygones be bygones.
Lisa.
I actually will be spending the holiday with the leftists, unfortunately. But
They're not watching that.
they're not going to be watching Fox, that's for sure. But it's funny. We do get more in common with strangers who have our same political views than we do with family members who don't. But we won't be talking politics, that's for sure.
Christina.
As long as there's alcohol and food is good.
Bingo. Kathy says, just spend Thanksgiving being grateful you have people to spend it with. Everything else is noise. Honk. I wouldn't want a flaming liberal at my Christmas table unless they agreed to not make a peep. Bethany, having Thanksgiving with my liberal sister and my liberal best friend. We all love each other and respect our differences. Stefani says, I'm avoiding spending the holidays with people in general. Scott, oh, heck no. Differences of opinion are the spice of life and the reason why we are a successful country. Leo, the poll is right. Jasmine Crockett and AOC have invited me, but I'm not going. Christine, everyone in my family is on the same page politically, so no issue with political disagreements. And Ben, I found talking politics at Thanksgiving usually diminishes any social commitments for Christmas. Thank you for watching America's Late News, Fox News at Night. I'm Trace Gallagher in Los Angeles. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Get Neffy, the only epinephrine nasal spray for emergency treatment of allergic reactions. Now available through a free virtual visit at getneffy.com. Use it for signs of allergic reaction. Ask your doctor how to use Neffy. Certain medical conditions
to geographic atrophy, or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, causing irreversible vision loss. But with eye survey, you can ask your doctor about eye survey. Izervay is the #1 prescribed FDA-approved treatment for new GA patients. Izervay is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression, which may help preserve your vision longer. Slow your GA. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about eye survey today.
Think of your liver like a mailroom. Everything gets filtered through your liver, and when it's overloaded, you feel it. That's where Dose comes in. Dose is a daily liver health supplement that promotes liver function. Learn more at dosedaily.com.
As a neurologist, my patients are often concerned with age-related memory decline. I recommend Qunol Brain Health with 2 powerful, high-absorption ingredients clinically shown to improve memory, focus, attention, and more. Qunol, the brand I trust.
I lost 110 pounds in a year using Alina.
Lumen is a little device that you breathe into that will coach you through what your body actually needs.
We create a customized nutrition plan for the day. I lost 45 pounds.
It's been 25 years since I weighed what I weigh right now.
If you're struggling, try this. You're worth it. I was.
Black Friday special, 50% off, plus an additional 15% off with code LumenTV.
At Sonobello, we believe in you. This is your time to feel confident.
Before Sonobello, y'all, I was literally a size 10, and now I'm a size 2.
I feel incredible. I've got abs again.
In just one visit, Sonobello's micro laser technology permanently removes stubborn fat.
I look younger. I'm literally living my dream.
Call now for your free, personalized consultation. Easy monthly payment options make your best body more affordable than ever. And military members save even more. Call Sonobello today.
Look, if you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet. I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collar stays stiff all day.
Your gift's on us. Buy 3, get 1 free. This holiday only at collarsandco.com.
Does RexMD really work? Over 85% of patients said not only does it work, they saw results the very first night. Get started today with a 3-month trial pack with a pro kit at tryrexmd.com.
Jillian Michaels here with a truth bomb. One key reason that we look older is because our bodies make less collagen as we age. It's time to start taking Alaya Multi-Collagen, a powerhouse formulation of 5 different types of collagen that helps restore your body's youthfulness. Alaya can support fuller, more luxurious hair, dramatically diminished wrinkles, and stronger, healthier nails. Alaya Collagen even supports joint health so you can stay active and comfortable. Add Alaya to your smoothie, coffee, any of your favorite recipes because it's flavorless and it goes with everything. I've made Alaya Multi-Collagen a part of my daily routine religiously because it helps me look and feel my very best. Go to getalaya.com now and use the promo code to receive 30% off plus free shipping. The sooner you order, the sooner you can get relief and support your overall wellness. Go to getalaya.com now. Prioritize your body inside and out with Alaya.
We handcraft every Stearns & Foster using the finest materials like indulgent memory foam and ultra-conforming inner springs for a beautiful mattress and indescribable comfort. Save up to $900 on select adjustable mattress sets at stearnsandfoster.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mike McCallum, along with Charlie Hurt, Jessica Tarlov, Jesse Waters, and Greg Duckfeld. It is 5 o'clock in New York, and this is the 5. So are Democrats walking into a Trump trap on Epstein after the president signed the release of the Epstein files 30 days for it all to come out? The party's rising star, Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, is facing fierce backlash after she
taking campaign donations from the dead sex trafficking pedophile. Take a look at the comments that got her in hot water on the House floor. Watch this.
Folks who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Heyman, Rick Lazio. I just want to be clear. If this is the standard that we're going to make, just know we're going to expose it all.
If this is the standard. All right. So it turns out that it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. Apparently there are hundreds of them in America, of whom the FCC had records of donation to Zeldin. Zeldin himself explaining on X, writing, yes, Crockett, a physician named Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who is a totally different person than the other Jeffrey Epstein, donated to a prior campaign of mine. No freaking relation. You're a genius, he writes. In large letters, Crockett on cleanup duty, and this was tough, somehow made things worse. Watch.
I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein. So my team, what they did is they Googled, and that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies. Because it was not the same one, that's fine. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he said. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
So if you only had 20 minutes and you couldn't vet the list that you could put before you attached some of the biggest politicians in U.S. history to it, including Lee Zeldin, who we know was the wrong person, you should have just not said any of the names on the list. This is how you deal with this kind of moment when you're under pressure. You have to make sure that you don't go out there and lambast someone and put them in a category that they don't belong in just because it feels good. And you only have 20 minutes before this happens. Charlie, so I mean, if there's so many layers to her back pedal here, I mean, really the only thing she could have and should have done is to walk out there and say, I apologize.
Yeah, that would be the logical thing to do. I loved Lee Zeldin's first message. He punctuated each word with clapping hands, saying, this is a different Jeffrey Epstein. This guy is a doctor. And then when he got to the part about explaining that also the donations came after Jeffrey Epstein was dead, he used a drum set between each word just to punctuate that this is how insane it is. And I get, like, for Democrats, like, donors can be dead, voters can be dead, it's like, whatever.
I wasn't aware of that as a
Mere details. But I do think it's kind of interesting that you have Ron Wyden in the Senate trying to now make the argument, and I'm not saying that he's altogether wrong. I don't know what to believe about a lot of this stuff. I think there are a lot of people who are implicated in this. But he's trying to say now that, oh, this is not a political problem. This is a Wall Street problem, because there are some real questions about what banks did to help and to cover up Jeffrey Epstein. And I'm delighted it's all going to come out, but I'm also not surprised that probably all of Washington is sitting there going, look, it's a Wall Street thing. Go over there. Just don't look over here.
I mean, Jessica, are there any rules of decorum on the floor of Congress that preclude her from walking out there? I mean, to me, this deserves some sort of punishment, some form. I don't know, under ethics rules or whatever. She slandered this guy, and she said, "Oh, I just don't have time to check it out. Sorry, I don't have time to fact check."
So I live in abject fear, Jesse in less abject fear than I do, of defamation constantly, right? You go out here, you have this huge bully pulpit, right? This opportunity to talk to millions of people, and you better get your language right, especially when you were talking about a pedophile. That's why it has to be an alleged pedophile if someone hasn't been convicted of something. And if you're then talking about someone who may have been in cahoots with a sex trafficker and pedophile, you should also probably get that right. So I don't know about the rules on the floor about this. And, there's been back and forth even this week within the Democratic Party about, sanctioning or whatever the process would be for the retiring Democrat who gave his chief of staff this, anyway, I expected So I don't think that was well handled. This narrative, though, that the Dems are on defense and this is going to just turn into a problem for us, it just doesn't work. I thought Chris Murphy handled it really well this morning. He was on with John Berman, and John asked him, well, what happens if you see more links between Jeffrey Epstein and the Democratic Party? And he goes, so what? Let the chips fall where they may. That is the point of this list coming out. It's about giving closure to the survivors and the victims of Jeffrey Epstein and this cabal, and that there are some people who don't deserve to be in public life anymore. And you see what's going on with Larry Summers, and that that's fast moving, and it's going to be a lot more people who are Washington folks and also Wall Street folks.
Yeah, I mean, Larry Summers has lost his connection to the things that he probably cares about the most next to his family. All of these prestigious organizations, it's like Prince Andrew had to take off his medals. The two of them have basically suffered the same retribution in all of this. But just as Jessica's talking, I just keep thinking about the fact that if Democrats felt so strongly about this, they've had 4 years. They didn't pursue any of this.
It was because of the open investigation.
Sure.
Okay, well, that's what Trump's going to use now, by the way.
Okay.
All right.
All your predictions are wrong.
That's not true.
It is. I'll take it from here. My staff did the research that her staff did, and we did it in less than 25 minutes. And Romney, Bush, the NRCC, Winred, no one took Epstein. It checks out. She's dumb. She knows her staff is dumb. That's why she gave herself an out. So she lied. And only in politics can you lie and get away with it. Actually, the better liar you are, the farther you go. Look at Schiff. He lied about Trump, and now he got a promotion to a senator. Look at Newsom, Clinton, all these. Blumenthal said he served in Vietnam. He never even been in the country. And he's still in the Senate. So they had what they thought Trump dead to rights. And now everyone's collateral damage. Stacey from the not-so-Virgin Islands. You have Hakeem soliciting cash and dinner invitations. You have Crockett now and Summers. And there's going to be more, and here's why, Jessica. Now they're putting out flight manifests in 30 days. They're putting out all of the FBI and DOJ investigative documentation. Now, Donald Trump cut him loose in 2004. All of this documentation that's going to come out is going to be from 2008, when the first charges were filed, to 2019, when the second charges were filed. Everything in between that decade, all he's doing, Jessica's hanging out with Democrats. That's all he's doing. He's not donating to Republicans. He's not hanging out with Republicans. So it doesn't even matter if you guys did or did not get massages, did or did not hang out with sex trafficked minors. It doesn't even matter. The mere allegation that's going to come out in these documents is going to ruin people's lives. And I'm sorry, you pushed this. Trump was trying to be a gentleman, and he was going to say a lot of people's lives are going to be ruined. A lot of people will have their reputations destroyed from innuendo. And I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going to happen. Now, you're right about J.P. Morgan. This is out, and it's huge. So J.P. Morgan filed 5,000 suspicious activity reports on Epstein. $1 billion in suspicious financial wires from Jeffrey Epstein. That either one or two things is true. He is either at the center of an international sexual blackmail ring, or he's a money launderer. And J.P. Morgan covered it up. And the Treasury Department's covered up because they get those reports. That's what this has always been about, a sexual blackmail ring. And that's what I'd like to find out more about.
All right. Not to dwell on Jonathan Crockett, but I am a little bit focused on this, and you can take it wherever you want.
Sure.
Frank, but the fact that she said, the point is proved, because you see, Jeffrey Epstein did give him money.
Yeah, I think I did some research. There are roughly 300 Jeffrey Epsteins in the United States, and imagine what it's like for them to have that name during this period of time. It's got to be horrible. I had a friend named Jeffrey Epstein, and it was a nightmare for him. He ended up killing himself in a jail cell. But anyway, it's a mistake in addressing this as an error, as a mistake, as stupidity. It's brazen arrogance, knowing you can get away with something. She admits that she knew it wasn't by saying a and not the before Jeffrey Epstein. She went public knowing this accusation would implicate an innocent man. Not well, more than one innocent. She sacrificed American citizens because she didn't think they mattered. It was just all part of a political action. It's kind of gross, and she is the Democrat star. She says her staff didn't have time. She certainly had time to search the rolls for, the name of Epstein and various people, so they could have easily have done this. It would have taken one question on Brock. Then, of course, the worst kind of person always blames their team. I always tell that to my team, stop blaming people. I think she needs to get reprimanded, sued, whatever, because she's going to do it again. She is the opposite of charisma. Power without empathy. She abused her power. She used her office and her status and her prestige to act. They talk about punching down on some guy who shared the name with a sexual predator. The absolute cold-hearted, robotic excuse just reflects the banality of the soulless bureaucrat who can just easily press a button and someone can lose a life because it doesn't touch them. That is the same personality, the same type that you see in mayor's offices in liberal cities. The ones that say defund the police but have security, it doesn't affect them. So here's the key. I want to just finish on what Jessica was talking in general about the scandal itself. I think the key for us is to slow it down because you can get sucked into this whirlwind snowball effect of all of these things when in fact the real scandals, which are going to be Democrat, I'm sorry, but 80 to 90% of the correspondence for money was with Democrats. It's going to happen. They're the problem. We have to take it slow. If the only scandal was Stacey Plaskin, it would still be one of the biggest scandals ever because it addresses the question, how did Epstein get that island? How was he able to make it a destination for elites for sex trafficking? How was he able to keep the sex trafficking quiet? How are people able to get in and out without anybody knowing? He was greasing the palms of people like Plaskin. She worked for his lawyer. He was giving them money. He curried favor with liberal midwit politicians in order to maintain a relationship that allowed him to abuse women. So this is like a big story. She's a politician. Virgin Islands, great place, but corrupt as hell. This is a big story. If nothing else came out, and Jesse's right, Trump should just sit back. He's the guy running the bucking Bronco in the bar. He's not on the Bronco. He's just letting it go, watching the guys just get, oh, there goes Larry Summers. There goes Plaskin. Oh, there goes Jasmine Crockett. Next up, Chuck Schumer.
All right. Coming up, got Chuck Schumer on that one.
Well, I don't know. He's got a thing. It's got a thing.
Don't say it.
He's got a thing on his head. I believe it's a muskrat.
It is capitalism versus socialism tomorrow as President Trump welcomes Zohran Mamdani to the White House. We'll be right back.
If you beg, I'll shave my hurricane. Cheer is more than being a team. It's being part of a family. To be our own one. Who kicks me? It's just good coaching.
Stumble. Check your local listings.
Sometimes things fall right into place, but other times they just fall.
What was that?
But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com. Awesome. And SafeLight can come to you for free, anytime, anywhere, and do everything you need to get back on the road.
All set. Here you go.
Thank you. Take care. Get it fixed now and pay later at SafeLight.com.
Drop is finally here. Drop delivers the weight loss benefits of GLP-1 injections in easy-to-use oral drops, no needles.
That's right. The two big drawbacks with weight loss injections are high costs and weekly injections. Drop is flavorless and odorless, so you can just add it to water or your favorite beverage. Drop offers other advantages over injections too. With Drop, you can personalize your dosage based on your weight loss goals.
And because you add Drop to any liquid, there's no concern about injection site infections, bruising,
or dosage confusion. Drop is the easier, safer, cost-effective alternative to help you achieve your weight loss goals without the needles.
Can't find it anywhere? The Wellness Company has it. No consultation needed. Simply order online and use promo code TRIM to save $100. Visit dropthepounds.com/trim. That's promo code TRIM at dropthepounds.com/trim.
The bloating was very uncomfortable. It felt like a lump in my stomach. I just didn't feel at home in my body. Like you look at yourself and you're like, this doesn't feel like me anymore. Since taking CHCSO1, the bloating within 2 weeks just significantly decreased. I definitely feel just more regular, lighter. I have felt the most like myself. It has become such a staple in my routine.
Visit C.com to start DSO1 today.
Hey, Jen. Yeah, look, it's you. It's your pain and congestion. It's all there.
Well, I beat my pain and congestion with new Mucinex Rapid and Clear.
Wait, what? Time out. Beat pain, congestion, and headaches. New Mucinex Rapid and Clear.
The world is changing by the minute for the stories that matter. It's time to put it all in focus. The Faulkner Focus. Weekdays on Fox News Channel.
Design you feel in every detail. Technology as innovative as it is effortless. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick. Now. Buick. Exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR and no monthly payments until next year on these 2025 Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get up to $3,000 allowance on Encore GX.
You're good to go.
What the heck, Pete?
Thinking of updating my kitchen. Thinking of redoing our kitchen. We are finally updating our kitchen.
For all those people who never seem to get around to it, Chase has financial guidance.
Yeah, you can start saving. Really?
At home or in person. That's guidance from Chase.
Are you ready to get to the bottom line? It's built to long last on Comics Unleashed with Ryan Allen. Weeknights on CBS.
Can someone take some of my candles? They're not all here.
You can pay for this bad boy in full.
Now get 20% cash back when you pay them for. No fees, no interest.
I'm still in here.
Save the offer in the app now. PayPal.
President Trump and Zoran the Commie are meeting tomorrow at the White House with the president announcing, quote, Communist mayor of New York City, Zoran Kwame Mamdani, has asked for a meeting. Here's all the back and forth singer is.
My administration would be Donald Trump's worst nightmare. I think it's that, frankly, I'm ready to start a left job. And it's where the mayor will use their power to reject Donald Trump's fascism.
He's a communist. He's not a socialist, man. There's a big difference. He's a communist. He's down and dirty. He's a communist.
There is no world that will be free from Trump's cruelty.
Now it looks like we're going to have a communist mayor in New York. That'll be a lot of fun.
But the Marxist mayor-elect seems to be softening his stance a tad before the big powwow.
I have many disagreements with the president. And I believe that we should be relentless and pursue all avenues and all meetings that can make our city affordable for every single New Yorker. I intend to make it clear to President Trump that I will work with him on any agenda that benefits New Yorkers.
Interesting. I'll get to that point in a minute, but first let me go to Jesse for some superfluous analysis. If Trump is cordial to Zoran, his base will get it, because he'll talk to anybody. But if Zoran appears chummy with, Hitler 2.0, according to his supporters, then how is that going to play on MS Now?
Not going to play well, so he has to be careful with that. If Trump does something to him, which he might, he can't disrespect the president, because then it blows up the relationship. And he needs the relationship, because for the next 3 years, Trump controls New York. He controls the money and all the infrastructure. So he's got to make it work. If Trump's not going to go in there and hog tie him and have J.D. Vance hit him with a poker. He's going to be nice. He'll show him the Coke button. He'll show him where Bill Clinton played hide the cigar with Lewinsky. And probably give him like a Trump 2028 hat, all right? And then Trump needs the relationship to work too, because he's got real estate here, and you can't destroy the city. He loves it here; it's his hometown. And when he leaves office, he can't have New York prosecutors destroying him like what happened last time. So I'm sure it'll be fine, and it'll be great television.
It would be, one of the things that you heard Mom Donnie say is he'll meet and work with anyone, which is exactly what Trump does. Obviously, he met with the North Korean dictators, among other people. So could there be could they have something in common?
Well, I think that, Jesse's points are good. It's obvious that Zoran needs the money. And Trump has said he will basically leave the city dry if he doesn't like the way things are going, that he will cut off federal funding. But Zoran has a lot of problems because he has promised the Democratic Socialists of America that he will not allow the police to work with ICE. Tish, the commissioner, has agreed to stay on, but she is a very principled person. And she has done a good job. Crime is down in New York City over the past 10 months. So she's not going to allow that to slip away from her. So he's in a rock and a hard place. He's got to figure out how he's going to maneuver all of this. And he learned quickly on the campaign trail, and he did well in the race. But he's got these the Democratic Socialists are having these meetings saying, like, we own him. We own this guy, and we are not going to let him do whatever he wants. He is ours. So it's going to be, I think it'll be kind of funny if they get like the you're a commie, you're a fascist stuff, like right out at the beginning. I also just want to remind people, go back and listen to Mamdani's acceptance speech on election night, the second half. And in it, he basically said, we will tear down the city that created everything that created Donald Trump. We will tear down the institutions that allowed him to succeed, which is basically dismantle capitalism in New York City, because that's what allowed Donald Trump to succeed. So, it'd be interesting to know if the president, rewatch that, just like sort of let that sink in a little bit and see how this goes tomorrow.
Jessica, I was shocked in the green room that you asked, do you think that Zoran will be searched or frisked before entering the White House? And I thought that's a provocative question, but you raised a good point.
What we were actually talking about in the green room is how much easier it is to change the diaper of a baby girl than a baby. That is legitimately what the talk was. So, Mamdani has grown up real fast in the first few days since becoming mayor. So there was talk, obviously, said I want Jesse Tisch, who's police commissioner, to stay on. That deal is now signed and sealed. He has been discouraging DSA members from primarying Democrats, saying Hakeem Jeffries, leave him alone. AOC has said the same thing. Richie Torres represents in the Bronx. Michael Blake wants to primary him. He's going against the DSA grain, saying, these primaries that are staked out over a position on Israel, that's not really good for business. And he also wants funding for all of these things that he needs Kathy Hochul to help with. And she said, not only am I not raising the personal tax rate, you're not going to get the corporate tax rate raised. So on top of that, you're cut off from federal funds. You're in a lot of trouble.
There's no free bus.
So I think that these are two telegenic TV guys, right, or who are good at communicating that way. I think that they will allow each other to shine to a certain degree, like they'll get their hits in on one another. And I hope as a New Yorker that they can also have, some healthy conversation about making sure that New York can thrive and improve in certain areas. And I bet you could get a Donald Trump to say, you know what, I think universal child care is a good idea. I think universal pre-K work for the city. Maybe we can help out with that a little bit, and that would be my ideal scenario.
All right. I think I know this is a stretch, that there might be a smart socialist, I'm not sure, but he probably realized that socialists don't make anything, they only break things. Therefore, you need the city to exist, or you have nothing to experiment on. So he knows that it's like, I really can't, start the revolution right away, because then it's over. We don't know how to make things.
Like Jessica said, the campaign's over, and he's not even claiming to actually believe all the things he campaigned on. Now he's reaching for the brass ring, and he wants power, and he wants staying power. I love the montage that you just played, and it kind of reminds you of the two dogs that are barking on either side of the fence, and then somebody opens the gate, and then they're like, and they stop barking. And I think we're going to see that from Zoran, because he's a shapeshifter already. The problem is that Donald Trump is not a shapeshifter. He's going to keep barking. He's not the dog that stops barking as soon as you open the gate.
And we saw that from his first inaugural address, where he came out and said, "Look, everything I ran on, I meant every word of it, and I'm going to, I may not get everything, but I'm going to push for everything." And it shocked the world, and that was when the impeachments began back in 2017. And so, whatever happens, I hope the whole thing is open press. I don't want to miss a minute of it. It's going to be fantastic.
Yes, there'll be some awkward, like, let's go for a walk over here, and he'll just walk them into, like, construction area. Just bore him to tears. Like, see that over there? It's going to be awesome. All right. Nasty Nancy is back attacking Trump again.
The Fox Nation Black Friday sale is happening now.
I didn't set out to change America, but it's what ended up happening.
All of Fox Nation's unmissable content can be yours for only $2.99 a month.
Examine the laws. What is unspoken? Let it speak with what?
Join now and stream all of Fox Nation's epic series and live events you can't see anywhere else. Big shows.
What do you guys think?
Big stars.
This is where a rebellion became a revolution. I think this is one of those stories.
Now's the time to start streaming Fox Nation for only $2.99 a month. Sign up today.
Work versus fun. Know the difference.
My seminars are a great way to connect with young homeowners turning into their parents.
Breaking down cardboard is something you have to do, not something you get to do. Lawn care is not a hobby. I'm not trying to hurt you, just trying to be honest with you.
Watching a neighbor get his tree removed is not a weekend plan.
Hey, let's give it up for that guy.
Progressive can protect you from becoming your parents, but we can't protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
You're watching TV, not supervising it. Sit down and relax.
Take your business from launch to legendary with Shopify. Sell more with the world's best converting checkout. Turn analytics into opportunities so you can scale further, faster. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
The secret is out. With millions of younger-looking customers across the country, Plexiderm is one of the most sought-after anti-aging products available today. Influencers love it, magazines feature it, and people just can't get enough of it. As a matter of fact, Elle magazine gave it an Editor's Choice Award as Best Instant Wrinkle Filler in 2025. Plexiderm reduces the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and those dreaded under-eye bags in as little as 10 minutes. So yes, you can look years younger in minutes, and the effects will last for hours. No surgery, no gimmicks, just results.